guys, what's going on? Jada Reporter coming at you once again. And this time we're going to get the, I told y'all before I was going to get back to doing my football breakdowns. So here we go. NFC West, for those of you who don't know those teams, Arizona Cardinals, LA Rams, Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers. Those are the teams you got right there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. I'm going to get started with the Seattle Seahawks. Probably the most balanced team in this entire division. Definitely has the best quarterback. Not the best defense, but it's still a good enough defense. Not the best ground game, but a good enough ground game. They've definitely expanded their receiving core. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. So we're going to get a chance to really take a look into their schedule and see how well they get started versus how they finish. So they start off their season against the Atlanta Falcons, a team that I believe is going to struggle this year. So they're going to get a win there. Week 2 against the Patriots, no matter how good their defense is, no Tom Brady, no win for you against Russell Wilson, another win there, and then a win against the Cowboys and a win against the Dolphins. So at that point, you're starting off 4-0. You got to really love the team, the momentum they're building. But another team I think is going to have a really good year that no one's really given much of a shot to early on, but once they really realize how talented that roster is from top to bottom, they'll give them love, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. I got the Vikings winning that Week 5 matchup, so they're going into their break 4-1. Going into that bye week 4-1. So solid. Exactly what you would think would come from a team like the Seattle Seahawks. Very solid, winning games. You got Russell Wilson, you're guaranteed to win, in my eyes. Then they come back out of the break, a win against the Cardinals and a win against the Niners at home. At home. Then a loss to the Bills, who I think have one of the best defenses in the NFL. And also, this is probably going to be the year that Josh Allen shows off. This will be the year he shows off. And then also a loss to the Rams is simply because, divisional rivals, they know you well enough to the point where talent doesn't really shake it one way or another. Outside of the AFC East, it doesn't really sit one way or the other. Then I got them wearing off a ton of wins. Win against the Cardinals, win against the Eagles, win against the Giants, win against the Jets, win against the Redskins, comeback victory against the Rams, and then they're going to end their season, and this one's going to hurt, with a loss to the 49ers. Following that up, we got the LA Rams, who are going to have a bounce-back season because they're not necessarily leaning on a workhorse that was running to the ground. So there's going to be more of a balanced attack and also going to lean a little bit more on Jared Goff in that defense. So I got them opening up the season a little rough, though. Winning against the Cowboys and then back-to-back losses against the Eagles and the Bills. Simply because those two teams' defenses and also an early season Carson Wentz is well worth it. So I'm looking at it that way. And then also bouncing back against the Giants and Redskins, two teams I told you were perpetual dumpster fires. That is what I believe they are. That's pretty much what they're going to be. That's what I got those guys in that. And then the Rams losing to the 49ers, and then back-to-back wins going into the break against the Bears and the Dolphins. The Bears are going to be terrible next year. They did not do what they needed to do in this postseason, which was get rid of Mitchell Trubisky, bring in anybody, go get Cam Newton, get somebody that's not Mitchell Trubisky. They didn't do that. Well, you're married to it now. Go ahead, go out there, be 6-10, 5-11, or whatever they're going to be. They're going to be terrible. Now, going to the break, the team is sitting pretty good, only have 3 losses. So they're moderate at that point. But then they come out of the break with a win against the Seahawks. This is where that break comes into play. You're giving yourself now 2 weeks to prepare for that game. 2 full weeks to prepare for that game. So looking at it that way, you got to love what you see there. Now, they do run up against the Bucs and the Niners back-to-back weeks. I got them losing both of those games. And then you have the Cards, the Pats, and the Jets. They're getting wins all through there. Then you have the Seahawks with a loss. They're going to lose to the Seahawks, and then a win in the season finale against the Cardinals. So I got those guys at 10-6. So like I said, at the end of when I get done doing the entire NFC and AFC, I'll lay out what the playoffs will look like. So that way you can go ahead and hit on me in the comment section of that video. But moving on to the very next team in the division, the Arizona Cardinals. Now the Arizona Cardinals did add a stud at wide receiver. Point blank, D-Hop gets it done. But the problem, the offensive line, it is a second year for a quarterback. The defense could still use some work, and this is the most talented division in pretty much all of football. It's one of the most talented divisions in all of football, from top to absolute bottom, but the schedule does not do them any favors. Starting off the year with a loss to the Niners, then a win against the Skins, and a win against the Lions. So that could put you in a really good spot. You think, okay, 2-1, we got this. Then you got the Panthers, who I think are going to be a little bit better than they were last year. There's a loss there. The Jets, who actually finished the year at 7-5, really did what they were supposed to do last year. They proved they can win games that are winnable for them, and that's what they're going to do in that one. Then I have the Cardinals upsetting Dallas, because Dallas is always going to pull a Dallas every once in a while. Then they're going to lose to the Seahawks, and they have the bye week, so they're sitting in the bye week at 3-4. But the rest of the schedule gets brutal, okay? I got them with a win against the Dolphins, and then losses to end the season in their last, I don't say it's 9 games. Their last 8 games. Their last 8 games, all ending in losses. So that's a loss to the Bills, Seahawks, Patriots, Rams, Giants, Eagles, 49ers, and Rams. Like, when I say that schedule is hell on wheels on the back part of it, it is. And we're going to see that in the second half of their season. I'm hoping it doesn't go that way, because that can really shake the confidence of a young quarterback. But like I said, the division alone is very defensive. They have a ton of talent defensively. I don't see how this team can really shake it through. So 4-12 for the Cardinals, not really the best year, period. But, I mean, when you got a team that's that young, I don't expect too much for them to be able to come out and get a lot of wins. I hate it for Larry Fitz, because he's been one of the greatest receivers of all time, and we're only going to see him in the playoffs like 3 or 4 times total for his career. So he's like the wide receiver version of Barry Sanders, one of the GOATs who we'll rarely get to see play in January. Now, looking into the rest of the division, like I said, Seahawks 12-4, Rams 10-6, Cardinals 4-12. Now we got the 49ers, the defending NFC champion 49ers, who did themselves some favors. Defensively, they've gotten better. Offensively, they've gotten better. They added depth, which is something that they were actually missing. And honestly, they were one blown call away from winning the Super Bowl. So this team still has all that talent coming back. I believe in this talent. I'm not sure about everyone else, but I believe the 49ers are coming out guns blazing, and they're going to come out that way with a win against the Cardinals, win against the Jets, Giants, Eagles, Dolphins, Rams, Patriots. Dominance. So that's winning your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, winning your first 7 games. But it does get a little tough. Got the Seahawks and Packers. Those are 2 losses there, but I do have the 49ers beating the Saints, simply because they can score at the Saints, but they have a better defense. Even though I do like the Saints in many of their games, this is one where I don't like the Saints, just because in a game where you got 2 offenses that can score like that, you typically take the team with the better defense. So I'm leaning that way. I'm taking the team with the better defense in that game. Then they go right into their bye week, looking really, really strong at 8-2. Now they're going to end their season up with wins against the Rams, the Bills, the Redskins, Cowboys, Cardinals, and then down for that division, it was literally, that game was going to decide who won the division, and I had the Seahawks losing that game to the 49ers, because that game is going to be in San Francisco. I just don't think that they're going to walk in there and end their season on a loss at home, especially when the stakes are so high, and this team has been proven to win games when the stakes are high. So that's how I got that going. So I got the 49ers 14-2, Seahawks 12-4, Rams 10-6, Cardinals 4-12. But guys, let me know what you think about these teams and how they're going to shake out in their individual schedules down in the comment section below. Also, do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And once again, my name is Jay the Reporter, signing out. Peace.